How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of K6 Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about the Mahindra 5-foot standard duty box blade, some of the features with it, and some of the things I like about it. Hang around and we'll get right after it. Well guys, that's how easy it is. Back right up to it, hook up and go. Another reason why I strongly suggest the quick hitch. Makes life easy, no struggles. If this guy doesn't struggle, sometimes it's best that way. Alright, let's spend a little time talking about this implement. The Mahindra 5-foot box blade. Here again, it's another one of the Mahindra branded products that may not be made by them, but I'll rest assured, so far it seems to be extremely well built. We'll go over a few of the components I like about it, a little bit of the construction, how thick of steel it is, welded tube, whatever it is. Talk about some of the features. Obviously it's a box blade, there can't be much about it. We'll cover a couple things I like about it, and maybe a couple things to consider when you're looking into box blades. Like I mentioned before, I bought this as part of the power package when I bought the tractor. It was the most cost effective, $1,000 off when you bought 3 implements. So basically I got 1.5 implements free. So after looking at things a little bit more, a couple things you should kind of pay attention to, features to look for. Obviously the overall construction is important. You don't want thin gauge steel. This bad boy, for the most part, on the ends, that's the biggest difference between the standard duty and the heavy duty, is how thick of steel they use on the outside of this thing. The outside of this, I think, is 3/16 steel. They use 1/2-inch steel for all the black frame pieces. And through the middle here where the scarifiers are attached, they use box steel. I've used this thing for ripping up old driveways. I extend the scarifiers out all the way, and then rip right in there like you're ripping through a field. The 26 horsepower has no issue with tearing through it. There's been a few times where I had to pull them up a little bit because I was getting too aggressive and I was losing traction, but as far as horsepower is concerned, I never ran out. Look at the box blade too, to make sure, I guess a critical part that people can pay attention to or not pay attention to is the front and back cutting edges. We'll cover those in a little more in detail, but see if they're attachable or not, detachable, see if they're hardened steel or not, because that's what's going to wear, right? I mean, that's the functioning part of it. So let's take a deeper dive, look at some of these features of the box blade. And so there it is, the Mahindra 5-foot box blade. Give you guys a shot of the other side here with the sticker on it. 5-foot standard duty. Like I said, the standard duty, from my understanding, is a lot of this is just thicker steel on the heavy duty. On the side here, this is 3/16 steel. But as far as the rest of it's concerned, all these black components are 1/2-inch steel. Nice thick stuff. Don't mind the gravel on here. The gravel is building up. I'm actually using the thing. But as far as the cutting edges I was talking about, you'll see here, thick cutting edge here in the front, hardened steel. Same thing on the back. Using this for the pushing or the pulling. So the cutting edge here on the back, the cutting edge here on the front. When you adjust this top link in or out, it tilts the box forward backwards, which allows you to use the different cutting edges on the back and front. I've only used the back a couple times just because I am better at pulling versus pushing, but this thing is more than capable of doing both without having any issues. Beginning of the video here, you saw me backing up to it using the quick hitch. It's got the nice big studs on here to back up and hook onto. Same way in the front here, for the hook to get on here for the top of the quick attach. And on the left side here, you see the same thing. Let me give you kind of a rundown here underneath the box blade. All right, it's a little hard to see from the top. So underneath this cutting edge here, you'll see there's bolts across the bottom, on the front and back both. Basically what that allows you to do is pull those bolts off, and you can replace this cutting edge. Actually, it's double-sided, so when this bad side goes bad, you can actually rotate it over 180 degrees and be able to use the other side. Same with the other side. So there's a lot of life in this box blade. I've been using this thing pretty heavily for about, I'd say 4 months or so. We've got a 200-foot long driveway comes up to our house, and then we live in a home association, so we've got gravel on both of our lanes. No air at all so far. A little bit of rust, which you're going to see when you're, scraping up metal. Things are going to rust a little bit, but nothing to complain about on my end. And the scar fires, right? So that's these big hooks that hang down across the bottom of the box blade. The tips of them are replaceable. There's screws here on the side. You can buy replaceable tips as they wear out. Again, I've been abusing the crap out of this, and it's been just fine. You can adjust them. There's notches here on the top. There's 3 of them. Basically, the one more sitting down lower, where it'll hang down here below the box blade quite a little ways, and you can get some pretty good ripping power out of it. Works great. I actually saw a guy on a YouTube channel. He actually planted corn with using this. Interesting, and it looks like it came up, so that's kind of a neat deal there. On the bottom side, you'll see the pin. You pull the pin, this top piece comes out, and then you can adjust this scar flyer. Let me show you guys how that works. So like I mentioned, you'll pull the pin out here on the bottom, it goes right out. Pull this top black piece out, like so. Set it here, and then if you want to take it out all the way. So it comes right out. You'll see the 3 notches here. So you can adjust it to different heights. It slides right up in here. It's all the way out. Or you can do what I do sometimes and flip it upside down and stick her in there. Obviously you reinstall the pin and it's out of the way. So just to give you an idea, that's what it looks like. So I have a lot of times flip the scar fires up when I am trying to use only the blade part. I don't want to rip up the ground. And also on snow removal. So here again, put her back out, flip her up, stick it back in here. I always run them in the middle. It can work well for me. Just back down in there, like so. Put the pin back in. And you're ready to rock and fire. Good stuff. Quick and easy. Just the way I like it. So far I've had a great experience with this box blade. Mahindra seems to do a good job in sourcing, or even if they are building it, I'm pretty sure this one's sourced. Their own product, it's really well built. I've torn through a lot of gravel with it, dirt, done all sorts of stuff with it. Had no breakage so far. I don't see any premature wear. So far so good. So everyone, until next time, I guess if you have any questions on this box blade, let me know. Any feedback on the video, let me know. Trying to make it as informative as possible. Hopefully you guys get some gain out of this, and then I'm not just wasting my time making videos. But yeah, drop me a line if you guys got questions. But until next time, thank you for enjoying K6 Outdoors. Hit that subscribe button. Put the little bell if you want to hear notifications when things pop up. Like the video if you do like it. If not, leave me some feedback what I can do to improve. Next time, we'll see ya.